Take a ride undercover.
Just looking for a little commuter car.
Inside car dealerships.
112 bi-weekly at 0%.
This is the trick.
The average consumer sees that, they think, oh, I can afford that car.
This is an open loan, you can pay it off anytime you want.
I can't get out of it, so I have to pay it.
It's troubling. I want to go in there and find out what's going on.
How not to buy a car. This is your marketplace. Jenny's shopping for her first vehicle, the biggest purchase of her life, and cost is her main concern.
Yeah, I'm just looking for cars.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm looking for a smaller car. You're just looking for a little commuter car.
She doesn't want to pay a lot and really doesn't want a big debt.
And how much was this one?
Jenny is genuinely looking to buy a car.
None? Yeah.
And recording it all with hidden cameras.
I guess we'll just hide everything.
Because she works for us.
All right, see you later.
About 2 million new cars will be sold by the end of 2017, many of them with the lure of low payment loans that seem so affordable. But are the dealerships revealing everything you need to know? To find out, we're calling in the pros.
This car just turns heads everywhere it goes.
That's Sherry Primack, mild-mannered school teacher by day, car buying expert in his free time. And that $100,000 Lexus, it's borrowed.
I get to test drive new cars every single week. Don't actually even own a car.
Sherry works with Mohammed Boushama.
84 months.
He heads Car Help Canada, a popular car buying service for consumers.
Oh, yeah. They trust what I tell them.
They're dropping by to analyze the financing advice Jenny's hearing at dealerships.
Hi, David. How are you? Good to meet you.
Sherry?
Good to meet you.
David, really good to meet you. All right, we're gonna look at some clips.
Looking for a smaller car.
Jenny's visiting 10 dealerships in the Toronto area that sell popular small cars in Canada. She's barely in the door when she hears about low payments spread over a very long time.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that one?
I think so.
0% financing,
Yeah.
$84. 112 bi-weekly at 0%.
If you do it for a month for a Golf, you're looking at a payment of $168, $63 every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That focus on payments is a red flag for our experts.
We don't even hear at all the price of the vehicle at all. All we hear is the monthly payment or the weekly payment or the bi-weekly payment. I mean, that's not right. It's not at all.
127 bi-weekly at 84 months.
Over and over, it's low payment,
It's 125.
273 a month.
Bi-weekly, 149. $111 bi-weekly.
spread over a long time.
7 years.
At most of the dealerships, they instantly offer up loans of 7 years.
For 7 years?
84 months, 7 year.
And that's for 7 years?
7 years.
The average consumer sees that, they think, oh, I can afford that car, I can manage that, no problem. But it's just another way of bringing consumers into the dealership and selling them something that they really can't afford.
Car loans used to be shorter, like 48 months.
Get an incredibly low 2.9% financing.
Then came the Great Recession. Money was tight, so automakers teamed up with banks and other lenders to get you buying again by stretching out payments.
Plus, get 0% financing for 96 months.
And it's working. More than half of new car loans are 7 years or longer.
It's like 7 years is a pretty long time, so I'm thinking in 7 years, like, I don't know, I might have kids or something, or...
Yeah, well, you can always pay faster, it's open loans.
Waiting for a month, it's open loan, you can pay it off anytime you want.
On nearly every visit, Jenny is told paying off years early is no problem.
It's an open loan.
Oh.
It's an open loan, you can finish anytime you want.
Nobody not paying for 7 years?
Yeah.
They paid off quickly?
Not true, according to our experts.
I mean, yes, you have the right to pay it off, but the majority of people cannot afford to pay it off.
And why is that?
The majority of Canadians are overloaded with debts. So really, they can't afford just to get suddenly, they get another $20,000 in 1 or 2 years and pay off a car. It's impossible.
Dealerships, though, still suggest it, and 7 out of the 10 Jenny visits start by pushing long loans.
They really should be telling the shopper, this is the price of the vehicle, these are your different options, you can finance for this much over 4 years, this much over 5 years, and so on.
So why isn't that happening? Dealers and salespeople in Ontario must follow a code of ethics and the law. They must be clear, act with honesty, integrity. And the man who enforces it all is John Carmichael. We show him the offers. Low payments, long time.
That one?
I think so.
0% financing,
Yeah.
$84.
127 bi-weekly at 84 months.
That to me is short-sighted, just a recipe for problems. For a consumer to make a fully informed decision, they need a lot more information than that.
Should a potential buyer be shown just the long-term options, or should they be told about other options in front of them?
Well, my preference would be they should be shown all options. The more choices, the better able you are to make the best decision for you and your family.
Jenny ended up pushing back a bit against this idea of just the 7-year loan.
Right.
And I'd like to show you a little bit of that discussion.
Well, you can always pay faster. It's open loan.
It's an open loan.
Oh.
It's an open loan.
Do you think that advice is fair? Is it honest?
It's troubling. When I have a young person who's standing in front of a situation like that, looking for their first car, I would want to know that they're going to get a lot better sales experience. I want to go in there and find out what's going on.
Sherry has his own theory.
Long-term loans with the low monthly payment often encourage consumers to buy a more expensive car, because why buy the affordable car for $20,000 when for a longer loan I can buy the fancier car for $30,000 at the same monthly payment?
That is the key to bigger revenue for automakers and dealers. While a $20,000 car costs $154 every 2 weeks on a 5-year loan, a $30,000 car is just $11 more a payment, but you're paying for 2 more years.
Well, I'm gonna have to think about this, but thank you.
Think about this.
Yeah.
That upsell is happening to Jenny right now.
How much is this one outright?
33.
33. That's way higher than I was looking at. You're making me falling in love with an expensive car.
See, what, to keep it for longer term, you're not going to change it, you know what I mean?
This is the trick. And suddenly you stop thinking about your budget, you start thinking how much you can afford. And the way they do it, well, don't worry, you can do it for 7 years.
Yeah.
And your monthly payment is going to be only this much.
And then 84 months, like the car will last that long, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was that a silly question? Oops.
They're not built to break,
Yeah.
right? They're built to last.
And will the car last 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most time, yeah.
Mine's gonna last me 10 years, are you kidding me?
Cars are more complicated now than they ever have been. There are a lot more electronics, there are a lot more sensors, there are a lot more sensitive parts that can be very, very costly to replace. The last thing you want to do is be in a situation where you're making payments on your vehicle at the 6th year or 7th year, and it starts to require costly repairs, and at the same time, it's worth very little if you want to sell the vehicle.
In your opinion, for the average person, what is the best length of time for a car loan?
No more than 5 years.
I would say ideally 4 years, but you could stretch it to 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 and 8?
No.
No.
No. You really, if you're stretching a loan to 7 years, you can't afford that car.
Right.
Forget it.
Good advice, and she does hear it, but only a couple of times.
That's your payment for 5 years. That's the payment for 4 years.
Even more rare, salespeople who warn about longer loans.
Some people go to 96 months. 96 months is like over 8 years financing. 8-year financing, it's like a mortgage you don't finance that long of buying a house, right? You don't look at a payment, look at the overall price.
Okay.
I would try to go over 5 years.
That's great advice. It really is. I'm surprised, actually. There is no question. He is telling her the truth.
This is what you think people should be seeing.
Absolutely.
Insider secrets.
We'll give them enough information to make a decision, but we're not going to point out all the negative.
You're not losing in any way.
You're going to lose your shirt.
The ride continues on your marketplace. How not to buy a car. We're testing the advice you get at dealerships about car loans.
127 bi-weekly at 84 months.
That's for 7 years. You can always pay faster, it's open loan.
That to me is short-sighted, just a recipe for problems.
Problems leading many Canadians into a spiral of debt they can't escape. "24-year-old Chantel Matthews knows all about it. She's working 2 jobs to pay off one massive car loan.
Basically, wake up, go to work, and then go to the other job.
Job number 1 at a building supply center in Bracebridge, Ontario.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
She's here from 7 to 5. End of this shift is the beginning of the next. Let's give it a ride. How much sleep do you usually get when you're working 2 jobs like this?
Between 3 to 4 hours.
You must be exhausted a lot of the time.
Yes. It does take a toll on you.
Job number 2 goes late at the local pub. By the time she closes, it's almost 3 a.m. Chantel's troubles began when she bought a new Hyundai on an 8-year loan.
I wanted a vehicle that was cheap, reliable, half decent, will last you a while. 158, I believe, every 2 weeks.
Seemed affordable, but the car kept breaking down.
The fan in the fan motor went, the alternator went, and then wheel bearings started going. And this is all within 3 months of owning a brand new car.
She says the dealership wouldn't take it back, told her to trade it in for a new one. But the car was now worth much less than she'd paid for it.
They said you have to carry some of it over because you signed for the car's been used.
That difference between what she owed and what the car was worth is called negative equity. It's not good.
Not good, and it costs you, and it costs you big time.
Sure does. It means $17,000 in old debt was added to the loan for this new car.
With the 2 cars, it was about 50 grand.
About $50,000.
Yep.
You seem very calm about that.
I've accepted the fact because I still have to pay it. I can't get out of it, so I have to pay it.
There are thousands of Chantels out there. A quarter of all cars being traded in for new ones still have money owing on them. Did anybody ever explain what negative equity was?
No, they did not explain the negative equity to a detail.
Back on hidden camera, that's what we're testing next. How will salespeople explain negative equity and trade-ins?
Hi, how's it going?
Okay.
Good.
Let's say you do have 6 kids in the next 3 years.
I hope not, but okay.
We'll work on that.
Yikes. He finally gets to his point. Early trade-ins are a cinch.
We can trade in your vehicle at any time and upgrade you to any other car.
Really?
Okay.
You're not losing in any way.
Not how our experts see it.
You're going to lose your shirt. Absolutely. I mean, it's crazy.
This is all about negative equity. That
Absolutely.
At 3 or 4 years, you owe more than the car's worth.
A lot more.
In fact, you owe more on your car than it's worth until 5.5 years into a 7-year loan.
Anytime you want to trade it in, you can trade it in. We pay off the loan when you get into your new car.
You pay off the loan?
We do, yes.
No, you are paying the bank the money that you owe, but they are charging you.
Yeah.
They are adding that to the price of the new vehicle.
The debt just keeps on piling on, and it's very dangerous.
I'm just wondering though, that 84 months, and then, because if I bring it in 3 to 4 years, that's still like half the car that's not paid off yet, and you just get rid of that money. But where does it go?
Because we pay it off when we sell a car for that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
We're showing that explanation to Ontario's auto regulator.
Still like half the car that's not paid off yet.
Yeah, it's very troubling to just say we pay off the loan. Well, how do you pay it off? You don't just pay off the loan.
John Carmichael doesn't like what he sees.
You're not losing in any way.
And this is my worry, is consumers who aren't able to either understand or manage that situation, and they find themselves in a transaction that's going to come back to haunt them down the road.
Do you see this as following the rules?
I would challenge both of what those individuals said on the basis that they haven't provided honest information to the consumer.
So why might salespeople break their rules? We meet a man on the inside. He's worked in sales and finance for a decade, knows about the pressures at dealerships.
Just sell the car. Yeah, that's what their sales manager's going to want to know at the end of the day. You talk to this person, why didn't you sell them the car?
We're hiding his identity because he still works in the industry.
No dealership's going to turn down a deal. We're not ultimately their financial advisor. We'll give them enough information to make a decision, but we're not going to point out all the negatives, all the potential pitfalls.
Not in your interest to tell people about the downsides of trade-ins.
Correct.
You may get a new car, but you may keep the old debt.
Yeah, you're going to get a new term, you're getting a new payment, and, goes forever, right?
Do you think there should be definite rules that require a salesperson or a dealership to clearly explain the basics to a customer?
Yes. At the very least, the basics of negative equity so that people are going into the transaction with open eyes.
We bring that idea back to OMVIC, Ontario's regulator.
In fact, I think you actually may have this document, but this type of document which talks to issues around negative equity.
Carmichael says he's putting the pamphlet into government offices across Ontario. We turn it into a poster.
I like yours better.
Okay. But you won't see it in the one place you might expect it. Why isn't something like that, of this size, in a dealership, in a place where people are actually buying a car?
Well, it is brand new. Happy to do that. That makes sense. I like it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that on every sales desk.
But you could require it.
Well, I don't know that dealers are going to go that far with it, but certainly for the consumer, absolutely, it's a good thing to have.
But it isn't compulsory. Just hope you can find someone who can spell it out like this.
You come bring that car back in a couple years, you want to change it, you're going to owe money on that car, right? So you owe, like say you owe $21,000, $22,000, your car's worth $15,000, that $6,000 will go to the new car that you're financing. Mm-hmm. So then it adds up and adds up. So that's why
this employee deserves Employee of the Year award. Exactly. Congratulations, Tim.
So few, though, get that advice. Chantel will be paying for years to come. I don't want to freak you out, but this has changed the early part of your life.
Yep, and I looked into getting a house, and they won't approve me because of how much I have on the car, a debt. So you can't basically do anything until it's paid down.
How much time do you have left on this loan?
About 4.5 years.
About 4.5 years. What do the next 4.5 years of your life look like?
Definitely changed now. Basically, I have a baby on the way, and...
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you work 2 jobs, 74 hours a week for the next 4.5 years?
No. I won't be able to do that.
How are you going to do it?
I don't know yet. I'll have to figure it out.
Meantime, we can't figure out her paperwork.
There are a number of red flags that jump off the page at me right off the bat.
Is this a breach? Is this illegal?
It is.
Searching for answers on your marketplace. Sign up for our weekly newsletter at cbc.ca/marketplace. Gearing up for more marketplace. We've been investigating long-term car loans.
Nobody not paying for 7 years?
We can trade in your vehicle at any time and upgrade you to any other car.
Okay.
Sounds like a deal, but salespeople aren't always upfront about risk to car buyers.
And they find themselves in a transaction that's going to come back to haunt them down the road.
It happened to Chantel Matthews.
With the 2 cars, it was about 50 grand.
$50,000.
Yep.
She owes that much because she traded in her unreliable car early. The money she still owed was added to her new purchase. But check out her paperwork. No mention of that debt or negative equity. Instead, there's additional retail value on her second car, as if she opted for features like fancy speakers or better seats. I bring that to the regulator. The rules say the paperwork should be clear.
The mathematical gymnastics that appear on this page are astounding to me. This is anything but clear. In fact, when you did send this over to us yesterday, we tried to figure out what we could and had a terrible time trying to figure out exactly what the representative.
And you guys are the experts in this. You understand all of this.
That's the theory. There are a number of red flags that jump off the page at me right off the bat. That, in fact, is your negative equity. They're hiding it up on a line as additional retail value. So they're putting it in the value of the vehicle as opposed to showing the actual debt that's outstanding.
Is this a breach? Is this illegal?
It is.
It's both.
Yes. And this is something I'd like to have my people look into.
They are. Concerned the dealership may have breached the ethical code and the law, hid the negative equity, leaving it unclear just what Chantel is paying for.
We are most concerned about consumers making educated decisions. There are concerns that people not get in over their head or get into long enough term loans that they're going to end up with significant debt down the road that they simply can't afford.
So it'd be $25.68.
Chantel is chipping away, halfway through her massive loan.
Biggest regret? Going into debt that much. Thinking that I could get out of it within the 8 years.
Why'd you want to talk about this?
Just so no one else makes the same mistake I did. It's not about my car, it could be anyone. It could be any age. It can be your mom, your brother, your friend next door. They could have the same problem.
And in fact, there are lots of people, lots of Canadians just like this.
And they're just drowning in debt.
Attention online shoppers.
I almost only shop online.
I look for the best deals.
A marketplace test.
On your marks, get set, search.
Different shoppers, different prices for the same room.
Oh my gosh.
They're different on different browsers.
The more information they have, the more they can prey upon your desires.
A Black Friday special on your marketplace.